Hey everybody, FunshineX here. Welcome back to Star Technology. It's been a couple days and I've been busy doing a lot of building and doing a lot of research. We're at the point in GregTech where you could get do JI hell where you're just like, oh, in order to make this, I'm going to make this, which is a byproduct of this. And then, it's just like this conscious stream. And if you've never done it before or been a long time, it's hard to find out like the best route to get to certain things. So it takes a lot of research on Discord and different websites and just trial and error. And I think we've got a good handle on where we're going today. I have done a lot of building, so we're starting to get corridors here and roofs and lights, and some of the corridors are very empty and just bare like a hospital, but other ones are a little more active. I did move this over a few blocks to line it up, and to do that I turned it into a minecart contraption and then like moved it back, put it down, so that was kind of fun. But that's just create stuff. And then I moved like some things over, and now we have a little bit better way to walk around that way. Obviously there's still stuff unfinished, but it's starting to come together. So yeah, got these girders from Create to kind of outline stuff. I'm really happy how this room turned out. I've got like a little balcony up here, and then I can see my sifters, and I can come up here and get access to stuff. So yeah, I think it's looking good. This room is going to be applied energistics. Once we get it, we'll have our big cube in the middle and a bunch of crafters in all the corners. So that room is pretty much built, and then we'll have different hallways going out. These don't really lead to much. But yeah, we can come in here. This is what we were looking on last time. We got the void extractor, and this thing just pumps out stuff like crazy. I've got drums full of this slurry, and we can't do anything with it until we get to MV. So that is really what we need to do. Otherwise, I'm just gonna have to like start voiding this fluid. Actually, I think what I can do, I don't know why it's not outputting. Oh, do I have the wrong thing? The wrong thing. So this one is slurry. This one. That should allow this thing to start working again for a little bit. Yeah, I've got new power routed. It's much cleaner in here how we've done the power, where we're getting the creosote. I need to put some more wood in there eventually. Cleaned up this area a little bit as well. You still kind of have to jump over this pipe to get out. And then we've got all the Create stuff working, which does not have a roof yet. But that's the updates. Okay. Oh, and this room has also been encapsulated. Today, our goal is to get to the basic circuit assembler. It's going to be required to get any of the MV machines. They need this good electronic circuit, which you really, well, I guess you can make outside it, but it's much cheaper if we make it in the assembler. But the assembler itself takes the good circuit. So we have to make two of them the inefficient way to make this, and then everything from then on we'll make with the more efficient way. And that's probably the best way to do it. So let's get started. We need a few more machines. I've made them, so we needed a mixer. What is gallium dust in there? Get rid of that. We've got a chemical reactor. I have been doing a recipe here to get some glue. So if we take some sticky resin and put it in here, it's going to output glue. And it's going to output some raw rubber pulp. And then the raw rubber pulp we put in here with sulfur. I think it's like 8-to-1 recipe on that. And that will give us liquid rubber. And liquid rubber is what we're going to use to assemble our copper cables and all our other cables from here on out. We don't have to go and harden them and cook them and stomp or press them and all that kind of stuff. We can make it with the liquid rubber. So I've got a bronze drum of that ready to go, bronze drum of glue ready to go. I've got some liquid tin alloy, liquid red alloy. I've just been making fluids, and I've pretty much got enough stuff ready that we can make 100 circuits once we have this circuit assembler. So I'm pretty excited to not make circuits again for a while once we get this going. Okay, so it's not very clear if you just followed GregTech. It's like, oh, get an MV machine hole, which we can do. I mean, we might as well do that. How much what's this stuff called? Aluminum. Got 151 aluminum, and I think we've got a bunch of aluminum foil plates. I was like, I didn't make aluminum foil, did I? No. Okay, so an MV hull needs this stuff, which we got. So check off the quest. Done. And then it's like, hey, yeah, start making your MV machines. And you're like, okay, yeah, I want to make this MV electrolyzer. It's going to be awesome. And you need these circuits. And you're like, oh, okay, well, you should have told me that, right, in the quest. Because this circuit thing does not have a dependent. Like, this should have one of those arrows that go, like, I don't know, some of these. Like, see, that one has a big old arrow. It's like, oh, to get this, you have to do this. So this one should have an arrow pointing down here, but it doesn't. But we know that we need to go back to these lines. So let's go down the diode route. Now in our void extractor, we had railgar is one of the stuff coming out. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but yeah, we've got raw railgar, and that produces crushed railgar, and that could be processed in our whatever this guy is, ore processor. Yeah, ore factory, electric ore factory. But he needs distilled water. So I've added a distillery here with the water coming in. I'm still feeding it normal water so that I can process all my old resources. And it's got a second hatch with distilled water, and the machine is totally fine with that. It's like, I'm happy. Give me distilled, give me normal. I'll do whatever you need. And in 4 seconds, we take that railgar into railgar dust. I'm not sure if there's any other outputs. Looks like we did get some barite as well, which I'll just throw in there for now. But yeah, so that's our railgar dust, easy. And then we need to get gallium. And the gallium came as a byproduct of processing sphalerite. And so we've got 845 gallium. Okay, now we're going to combine these together to get gallium arsenide. And that is done in a mixer, but we need to get arsenic out of the railgar first. And that comes from centrifuging railgar. You see it's 2 to 1, so we actually need 2 stacks of this railgar. And then, yeah, I forget, like, do I need to centrifuge it? Do I need to electrolyze it? Do I need, it's just like so many different things. Let's take this out. Put those in there. I think this is a rather quick recipe once it's done with this last piece of glue. I like it's got a bunch of liquid outputs so I can kind of store them here. It's not too fast. Yeah, that gives us some arsenic, which I've prepared a little bit of. And then this is where we're going to go and mix the gallium with the arsenic. Is that not correct? I probably need a number 1 on there. Okay. Number 1. Oh, that's why the gallium is sitting here, because I was ready. I was prepared. That makes us our gallium arsenide. What told this machine to put down? There we go. Okay, and that gets us there. Now we can do 2 things with that. We can go up and get this monocrystalline silicon boule, but that is in our EBF on MV, which we do have, right? We're overclocked up to MV, so we could do this. The silicon dust, the best way to get that is to take flint. Oops, why am I looking jam in here? Take flint and macerate it. It's a very quick recipe to get flint dust. And you see that's got silicon dioxide already. And so then if we get centrifuge, yeah, centrifuge, we get silicon dioxide dust. How do I get just down to silicon? Maybe we take that again. Silicon dust. Yeah, but it's 3 to 1. Isn't that crazy? We electrolyze it. So I'm not going to do that right now. But that will let us get our wafers and do some other things. But we can go right to this without going this route for a minute. It's going to make our diodes cheaper once we get the wafers, but we don't require them. We can just use our gallium arsenide dust. So we're going to take this How do we strip it down into little piles? Oh, it looks like it's just... Oh, it's a weird recipe. You have to put it in a specific spot. Okay. So we get the tiny piles, and then... Oh, did I not want tiny piles? Did I want medium piles? Oops. Let's do that again. Small piles. There we go. All right. Small piles plus... if we do... Just do normal copper. When we do normal copper, we only get 1. Once we're able to make annealed copper, we get 2. But for now, we're just going to use liquid glass and fine copper wire. So we got some of that over here. I think I still need to make some liquid glass. I do not have a lot of glass, but it'll be enough. So we're going to extract the glass. There we go. And that should come over here automatically. We'll throw these in the assembler. Probably going to need another steel drum to extract this stuff. Not a steel drum. A bronze drum is plenty big. Let's see, I made more bronze rods here. Okay, we got an extra one when we're ready. Okay, so that made us a diode. Got our 2 diodes that we need. And the goal here, right, is to make actually 2 of these, because this guy takes 2. So 2 of these will take 4 diodes, because we don't have a circuit assembler yet, but either way. So 4 diodes. It's got the 4th. It'll be ready in a minute. Okay. The other path that we need to go is this phenolic printed circuit boards. And it tells us there's 2 possible paths. Thanks for the documentation in the quest book. This really helped, more or less. And we can get either the sodium sulfurate or the iron 3 chloride. And so we can click over there. They're actually, we need to scroll over here, and they're this line here. So we either need to get to the iron 3 chloride or the sodium persulfurate, which all starts with sulfur dioxide. Get the sulfur dioxide. Oh, this is quite a pain. There's a bunch of different recipes, but the one we need to go with here is this one. So we need oxygen gas, excuse me, and sulfur. The oxygen we get from... There's so many recipes now, I forget which one. I think the best way to do it is the silicon dioxide from the clay, or from the flint. So if we take flint and we put it... Are you done, Railgar? We centrifuge this. Centrifuge. I can speak. We get this stuff, the silicon dioxide dust. If we then electrolyze 3 of it, we get 2 buckets of oxygen. I think that's our best method to do that. So electrolyze, here we go. Oh, I've already got some sitting here. So as of now, before we get some other machines, this is kind of, it's a byproduct of doing this, but it's a kind of our best way. Okay, and I'm actually just going to use these empty fluid cells to move stuff around because it's a little bit of a pain in the butt. So we're going to need, it's silicon dioxide, right? So we need 2 oxygen. But then we're going to make it into silicon trioxide, so we'll take a 3rd oxygen. And then we're going to come in the chemical reactor, and we're going to add 2 oxygen in here with a sulfur. Or sorry, sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide, that's what I meant to say. And that needs to be a different circuit, I believe. There's too many recipes. So let's look up sulfur dioxide, there we go. So in the chemical reactor, It's recipe 2. Okay, and that gets us 1 bucket of sulfur dioxide. And we're going to put that back in there with another oxygen to get sulfur trioxide. Okay. And now, oh wait, I want to get that, some of this in a bucket, because the quest line, I need a bucket of it. Oh, crap. Okay, let's try that. Not the centrifuge here. Let's get normal buckets so we get credit for the quest. It's alright to have a little bit extra. At some point we automate all this, but I can't, like, afford to make like 3 and 4 copies of all these machines to put them in like assembly lines. Okay. So that's our sulfur. Oh, we needed to check this. Check that. All right, sulfuric acid comes then from chemical reacting, not that one, the sulfur trioxide with water. I don't think I have a bucket of water anywhere. I'm going to steal this because I don't see me. I can't. Give me a bucket. Whatever. Here. Oh, there's some water over here. So chemical reactor, sulfur trioxide, water. Should get 1 more bucket of water. I'll do a little bit of running. I love this little pay no attention to the wall of the hallway over here that just leads to a big pit. And this tiny little walkway that I have to use to get around here. This will go away once I have applied artistic storage. I just don't want to move everything in there. There's just way too much. But anyway, so water side gets us the sulfuric acid. Okay. Of course, I needed to make that into a bucket. Can I just switch that there? Okay. And then we can go down the sodium persulfate route or the iron 3 chloride. I think this is easier. So hydrochloric acid, all we need to do is combine sulfuric acid with salt. And salt we get from salt water. So let's go look at that process. I had an extra bucket or barrel here of water that wasn't doing anything. And so if you put sand in there, it makes seawater. And it doesn't look like the sand is actually used. That's weird. Because I put 64 in there, there's still 64. So maybe that's a non-consumable or consumed resource. Anyway, so we get the seawater. Take, I think we need... I actually need 5 of those. Can I get 1 more bucket of that? Because it's a weird recipe. Can you use a hammer, please? Because it takes like a bucket plus a fourth. That's 1 1/4 buckets to do this seawater recipe. But we are going to centrifuge this. And this is going to make us salt water. So the seawater centrifuges into salt water. And then we take 5 of that, makes 4 buckets. And the 4 buckets here, we put it back in. And that makes our salt. So yeah, that's definitely something we can automate with, you know, a bunch of centrifuges and that barrel and all that kind of stuff. But for now, we have a bunch of salt. And that goes in, what, the chemical reactor probably? And I can't remember what recipe it was, but here, hydrochloric. Recipe 1. I feel like they do that just to make you have to like build multiple of these. But so you get sodium bisulfate dust as a byproduct, but then this hydrochloric acid is what we want. So we've got 2 buckets of that. Let's take my salt out of here. And we can throw most of this away. Get our diodes out of here. Okay, so of course I need to put that in a normal bucket. Come on. Why don't they use these these cells? These cells are so much easier to work with. They stack. This is the main benefit. Okay, so that one's done. And now we got the iron 3 chloride. And that we're going to make 3 buckets of hydrochloric acid with an iron dust. We're going to get some hydrogen as an output. I only have 2 buckets. Did I make a 3rd one? Of course I didn't. Okay, make 1 more. That was the salt. Sulfuric acid and salt. I have to do that whole thing again? Like, I just did all that. I swear I made one beforehand. Just to, like, prep, but I don't know where it went. Is it a... Maybe it's in one of these things. There it is. It's sitting right there. Oh, I knew I made the 3rd one. Okay. So 3 of those and an iron dust. Let's go grab an iron dust. Which one's iron? Nope, that's zinc. This one's iron. There we go. We're gonna get there and watch. It'll be like, you need 8 buckets of this. That's fine. So 1, 2, 3. You and is on circuit 1. I am on circuit 1. Are we in the wrong machine? Chemical reactor. 3 buckets hydrochloric acid, iron dust, program 1. LV. Okay, yeah, circuit 1. It's a different iron dust. Iron dust FE GregTech. Chemical reactor. 1, nothing else here. Oh, is it because we don't have enough liquid, like, output slots? Hydrochloric acid. State liquid, is that correct? Oh yeah, I think we don't have enough outputs. We need to get rid of the rub. That's the problem. Oh no, there's too much in there. Do I have a steel drum? There she goes. Okay, that was the problem. So, steel drum, can I put this in there? This should be empty now. Good. Alrighty. Got our iron fluoride. Oh, we got 3 stars for that. Cool. Should I go this route too? Do I have sodium bisulfate? I do. I got that as a byproduct. Right. Good. What do I do with it again? Electrolyze it. Okay. Might as well. So I'm gonna dump this in there, put it in there instead. So I can do. Oh, get rid of U7. I don't want half a bucket. I got a ton of extra hydrogen gas now, but yeah, 3 more stars. Oh, beautiful. We should make a liquid. Yeah. Okay. Back in here. I'll put you in there. There's our liquid rubber. Look at us getting all these things. Give me stars. 4 stars. Oxygen gas bucket too. Oh, I threw my bucket away. I didn't even know there was this line. Yeah, it's like get flint dust, get silicon dioxide. Oh, I did this without even looking at this dumb line. Whatever. Oh, that one didn't give anything? You stink. Ah, not fair. Okay. Anyway, so we've done all of these except lithium and sodium. With the clay, we just did the simple macerating. We didn't get the benefits, but that's fine. Okay, so now we have iron 3 chloride. We can go back here, get a few stars out of this. We can say I've done that. And now we need to get the phenolic printed circuit board. And that takes this kind of board, which is wood pulp and glue. So wood pulp comes from macerating logs. Not a quick recipe, that's all right. We need to macerate anything for a bit. Oh, that gives us a ton of this. Okay. So let's get some glue. And oh, need wood glass. Oh yeah, we had a drum for that we made. Glue, pulp, go. No. Probably need to pick something. Circuit 1. Yeah, another thing about the research is that most of the YouTubers that have done Star Technology started like 6 to 8 months ago on an older version of the pack. And so you go watch a lot of their videos and it's just completely different on a lot of their stuff. Plus, a lot of them do heavy editing. And so they skip some of this boring stuff that I show. And so, you know, if you want heavy edited, quick solutions, then go watch theirs. If you want to see all the nitty gritty details, slow grind that GregTech is, then stay here and watch this. But yeah, so we've got our phenolics. I've never even heard that word in my life. Phenolic. I don't know. Need to get the blue back out of there. I don't think you can put half. Yeah, that's why I like the drums, is because they hold any amount, and so I can just take it all out. They're my happy place. Okay. Sodium, we need to turn that now into this. So, few things here. We need silver foil, which is just silver bender on 10. Why? Who never hammered you? You need to be quiet. Let's look at all these machines. Hey, quiet down. I can't have you guys making noise. There's our silver foils. One more. Okay, and then I don't know if I looked out how to make this solution here. Cupric chloride. Is that required? So, no. Oh, it's this. It's the iron 3 chloride we just made. Okay. I was like, I don't know how to make that. So we've got the iron 3 chloride, circuit board, solar foil, and what recipe? Oh, this is a chemical reactor. Oops. Back. Oh, we're making circuits. Oh, so technically we need to make 10 of these. So we should make 4 more. Get some more wood pulp here. Some glue back in here. Got lots of wood pulp. We're just going to be using a lot of this glue. Actually, I think I need 10 buckets exactly. Oh, we've got 9 more. Wait, we're good. We're good. We're good. And there we go. We got our first printed phenolic. Okay. Oh, why didn't this finish? Oh, did we never... What was its dependency? Glue bucket. Okay. I never got a bucket of glue. Wow. Wow. Okay. You're very picky with your buckets. Thank you. All right. Now that's done. Just get credit for these. What went there? Oh, the silver. Any more silver? Okay. Here we go. Time to make the good circuits. This all in here and see what we need to make here. Go in the right thing here. Okay. Not enough. What are we missing? Probably basics. Oh my gosh, the old method of this. Don't I have... I had everything ready to make basic circuits once we're good to go. Assembler, wood planks. Yeah, I got wood planks. I got wood planks galore. Foil. And that was glued, right? Yep, lots of glue. Yeah, we can actually get this started. So you go in there. Oops. Take all of these. How many more wood planks we got? No one made enough for 100, so should be okay. The problem is it uses like a bucket. It doesn't use a bucket, does it? No, 100. Oh, okay, good. It just, once it's down, it floors the output. Okay, fine. You need to go in. Just want to get rid of that iron 3 chloride. Make 3 basics just so we can... Oh, 6 basics, huh? Oh, man. That's just not fun. Okay, so the other thing we need to make is the resistors. Those are charcoal dust, fine copper wire, which is over here. These also need glue. Take this stuff out, so it switches to making that. And then I'm just going to let it run. So we have hundreds and hundreds of, not hundreds, but 100 of the recipe. Okay, so we needed 6 circuits, so we need 12. Those. We were close. I think this can probably go back in. I think once it starts making something, it keeps making the same thing. Yeah, it's making resistors still. Okay, got a bunch of resistors. More circuits. There we go. 7. We should never have to make that recipe again, hopefully. Here's 1, 2 of those. I've got extra crap in here, but whatever, I'll just keep that. Okay, that is this good electronic circuit board. And randomly in the middle of nowhere, it just says, oh yeah, you can make a greenhouse now. Well, we'll make that later. We want to go for this. This is definitely what you should go for with your first 2 good electronic circuits. And I should have everything ready to go for this. If I could actually open my crafting window, that would help. We didn't make the LV emitter, because I had everything for this, except for this quartzite. And the only way I figured that we can make this right now is in the autoclave with our quartzite dust. Now, quartzite and flint and silicon dioxide all have the same SiO2, but they're different. But the best way to get the quartzite, do I remember? I think it was just ore processing the Certus quartz ore that we got from the other thing. I don't know. There's so many different ways to get silver or silicon dioxide. Anyway, I have that sitting here. It should have been finished by now. It's been going for a while. There you go. Did I put it? Maybe I put it in the inventory. Yeah. Anyway, you can grow silicon dioxide in there. If you put the wrong kind, it's only a 10% chance if you use silicon dioxide dust. But if you use the quartzite dust, you get it guaranteed. Why can't I remember how I got this? Oh, I centrifuged stone, maybe? Oh no, I centrifuged quartz sand. Quartz sand you get from macerating sand, and then you take 2 of those in the centrifuge, and you're guaranteed a quartzite, and then you have a chance at Certus quartz. That's how I got it. Yep. Okay. So let's make one of these. Why am I not in inventory? That is our LV emitter. I don't know if that's just a crafting component, right? You can't actually use that to like do anything. But here we go. We've got the basic circuit assembler. The only spot I've got to really hook it in is over here. I figure it would fit better over here. So maybe I take the compressor out. I don't use that very often. Put the circuit assembler there. It's over here. Okay. Circuit assembler. Here we go. We're going to give it some resistors. We're going to give it some red alloy wire. I don't need 2 stacks right now. Let's hold off on going too far here. We need to make more glass tubes. That is these. Steel. So you stop what you're doing for a minute. Make me some glass tubes. Is that the right recipe? Oh no, this doesn't use glue. This uses... If we do it by itself with recipe 1, it makes 2. But if we combine it with some liquid red alloy, it makes 3. And we only use 1 steel bolt. So let's get the liquid red alloy in there. Get the glue out. right? This is not right. Oh, it's copper wire, not anneal. So there we go. Oh, we're going in circuit assembler. Yeah, those, those. Look, there's 101 circuits you can make. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, we're making basic circuits. So yeah, pretty much all the normal stuff. Once I think we can get 3. No, we always get 2. We need a liquid tin or liquid solder. I don't really have solder, so we'll use tin. Should have some of that. We need our board. Or the resin printed board. There we go. We're making basic circuits. And then the good electronic circuit we can now also make in here. It's still LV, but this one, no, we still liquid tin. And it only takes 2 basic circuits. Still takes phonetic board, still takes 2 diodes, but we save a whole circuit out of this recipe. And we don't have to spend steel either. Cool. Why it sits there at like complete? This one needs to... I'm missing more. Like so many copper wires to make these. Oh, we got a billion vacuum tubes. Okay, so we can tick some of these off, get some more stars. And now, with the good electronic circuits, we can start going into MV processing. But I'm going to hold off on that until next episode. In between, I'm going to go ahead and process up my 100 basic circuits. And then I'll probably make another like 20 of the MVs as well. Maybe I'll make 40. Just so we have a bunch ready to go and we don't have to like put all this stuff ready to go or together to make them. Because it's not just going to be like craft, you know, a bunch of craft. It is going to be have to put them in here and wait some time. Like that's our benefit of it being more efficient, is there a little more time spent. But yeah, cool part is we can just let this go and it's going to just produce tons of stuff for us. What do you, oh yeah, sorry. Plank stuff is the thing we're missing now. Okay, I'll switch this back to glue and I'll keep going. But hey guys, thanks for watching. We got done a little bit faster today. That's awesome. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and comment below. And I'll see you next time. Catch you later. Bye.